So it is Friday night, and I am letting my rack of lamb rest. So, with a gamey meat like lamb, which isn't the gamiest of all meats, but gamey nonetheless, I was thinking what do I want with it? A Northern Rhone Syrah, domestic Syrah. Sometimes this domestic Syrah is a little too big. Then I was looking at my fridge and I found this wine here, and let's see the vintage on it. So unfortunately, it rubbed off. I don't see the vintage. What a bummer here. Well, I think it says it's either 2015 or 2005. I think it's 2015. So these are hand-painted bottles. This is a Greek red from an indigenous Greek varietal called Koniaros. Koniaros. Never even heard of it. And this Naranzi is the domain, the winery. A grape that was sort of discovered in 1998. They did the studies. It's just an indigenous Greek grape, and it's grown in the northern part of Greece. So, organically farmed and the whole bit. I know nothing about this. Nothing. So, I poured a little bit in a decanter and let it decant for a bit here. When I first opened it, it smelled good. It still smells awesome. And it's got a fresh herb, basil and thyme and rosemary. And then there's like a dried blackberry. It's a sweet basil smell. And like a cedar, a sweet, like a cedar plank smell, like a sweet. I don't know. If I didn't know, oh, it's actually evolving a little bit too. I would think this is Sangiovese on the nose. Chianti Reserva of some sort. Yeah, absolutely. There are these... has this aroma of a Greek candy that's got like a vanilla coating on the inside. It's an almond, and it's I don't know why it's bringing me to that, but that's what it just brought me to in the nose, which is interesting. I don't know how well this is going to pair with the lamb, so. That is it's a really good wine. Very different in a sense that it's got like a herbal thing balanced out with these dried black fruits and a bit of an almond, like a confectionery almond, but not sweet. I don't even know why that's just not. Long length, great acidity. The tannin, so tell me if this is a 2015 versus a 2005. I don't know. I wonder what this would taste like younger. It's definitely seen oak, and I think that's why I'm getting a little bit of the cedar. But it's absolutely restrained. But it's there. There's some tannin. It's not a lot. It's very mellowed out tannin. It's a good wine. What can I say? It's a good wine. I don't know what I would rate this moment. I think it's a food wine. I think it could go on its own. I think with some cheese, some like creamy goat cheese is like all of a sudden something that I'd be thinking of with this somehow. Spread on a piece of bread. I don't know. I think this wine's got food written all over it. So, something else that... I'm butchering this opening here. I think the lamb will slightly overpower this wine, though. I think this wine kind of fits in the realm of what you would pair with maybe Pinot Noir and a lighter Grenache, something along those lines. So I kind of want something slightly bigger with the lamb, but I'm going to try both of them with the lamb. So this is a 5th growth Bordeaux, Chateau Cantemerle, and I think this is my great Bordeaux discovery of the last 12 months. Like I said many moons ago, in my mind, I discovered Pontet Canet when they were in the $40 range. They're nowhere near that anymore. So this, to me, is a great substitute for that. And I think in the 30 to 40 range. So high 30s. Let's say high 30s, low 40s to be safe here. But still way under the Pontet Canet's 100 or 125, 130, whatever they go for. This will be extremely different than this Goñados, this from Neranzi. 2016, so great vintage. Gosh, it smells so different. Like entirely different wines. What is going on here? The aromatics and the rusticity out of this thing is awesome. I could smell this wine for days. I think this is smelling muted because of how aromatic that wine is. That's also got some like dried flower aroma, but not in a bad way. Yeah, this wine just keeps opening up more. I'm glad I decanted some of it and I corked the rest. This has a bigger, bolder. There's a little bit of a stewed fruit component. I think that might be stewed. There's a stewed plum. I wonder, it's probably the Merlot coming through. There's blackberry cassis. There's cedar. I'm not getting the leather. I sometimes get out of Bordeaux. Lately, I've been getting a lot of Brett out of Bordeaux. This does not have that. I'm starting to detect that a little bit of Brett de Maïs. I'm starting to detect a little bit of that in Bordeaux more than anywhere else. It blows off a lot of the times, though. More tannin, but it's not like, this is not super big and unctuous. Also pair well with the lamb. I think steak might be too big for this. Yeah, I think this isn't a great steak wine. I did just pop and pour it, but it does have some years on it. Maybe the Cantemerle is not one that you should age too long. I have 18s here, and I feel like the 18s had more guts. The 16s definitely more elegant and refined and easier, more mellow. The tannins are more smoothed out. It doesn't have that Bordeaux bite, as I might want to call it. The tannins are very, very restrained. Well, I'm gonna go have my lamb now. So yeah, this Greek wine is awesome, really cool. I'm always trying to try something new. This is absolutely something new. I think I would try this. I think I would buy this again. I do not think it was cheap. I'm upset that I scratched this label because I wanted to save this bottle because it's hand painted and it looks beautiful. And unfortunately, I scraped it up pretty good. So I will buy another. Yeah, I could sniff this thing all day long. It just so much reminds me of Sangio. And I love Sangio. This is just an expensive version of a Sangio. That's what I would attribute it to, especially with that herbal quality too. Now that seems like it feels like more tannin. God, I'm like all screwed up in this today. Doesn't matter. Dinner time, pair both of these with the lamb. I'm starving. Have a good night.